I could teach this method though if you guys want to know. All it requires is Lunar Diplomacy. I think it requires Dream Enter, but I can't remember. It might not with Super Glassmake. I forget if Dream Enter unlocks Super Glassmake or not. I'll have to look into that. So I'm sorry I don't have the answer for you for that right now. But anyways, you just sit at any charter since all of the charters are separate stock now. They're not all shared across each server now. So you just go to a charter that has 10 stocks of the buckets of sand. Basically, you can always find the soda ash or seaweed, so you're just worried about the 10 stock bucket of sand. Try to use a charter that is not used by everyone in the game. So I don't know why I pulled up my map, but stay away from Catherby, stay away from Port Cozard and Port Phasmatis. Those are the three that everyone uses. You want to go to the other ones because the other ones require Super Glassmake. Those three don't require Super Glassmake, so people bank the soda ash and buckets of sand, so you can never find full servers there. Anyways, stuttering and muttering aside, this works out to about 75k experience an hour. If you're a little bit more efficient, it bumps up to about 77k, I think. Usually I get about 73, but basically every single time, my sequence is just you buy 10 of each, Super Glass, and then hop. And I use the OS Buddy Quick Hop, so if you turn it on in your OS Buddy settings, you can hold down Control, Shift, and press a left or right arrow key to be able to hop worlds without clicking on anything. 75, meaning we can craft Slayer rings. Don't care about the red D'hide chaps, but we can also boost up and make the Glory Emmy. So let's go ahead and finish this inventory, and then we'll go work on our +5 boost and prepare to make probably about 26 or so Glory Emmys. So I'm actually boosting my stats +5 here to make my Glory Emmys, and I'm able to keep the +5 boost now since they changed the timer, or they changed the way that boosts work. I can still make all the glories under 1 +5 boost by hopping worlds every 12 seconds. So that's why you see me hopping worlds so often here. They changed it to where it's not a 60-second timer anymore. It's only 12 seconds now. And they had to do that because of the how the coding of the preserve prayer worked. I won't explain that today. But anyways, just so you know, as long as you keep a rolling timer or you kind of keep an estimate of how long you've been logged in and you hop worlds within 12 seconds, you can still boost whatever you need to boost. You just can't really do like the Abby Demon Whip hopping worlds trick anymore. And then to add on to that, just in case you didn't know, you don't actually need the level to string your amulets. So I actually let the boost drop off for this. Since I was able to make the glory ammo, I was able to make a couple of upgrades to my house, so I finally have the unlimited glory charges in my house, so that's going to be very helpful. And I got my construction up to 73 with all of my planks, so I have the prayer restoration pull as well now. So I've actually had really bad luck with master clues this past week. I think I've dropped 3 of them so far. I had one that was the wilderness resource area, but it was one of the digging clues, so that means, I believe at least, it spawns the cabbage guy or the Brassican mages. I think that's what they're called. I might be way off on that. But anyways, if it comes down to master clues in the wilderness, I basically want to limit my time there as much as I can, so I don't want to stick around for any combat, because the more I'm fighting something, the more chance that I have of a PK rolling up on me. So basically, every single time, I'm just going to get rid of that clue. It's just not worth it for the account. So this one I narrowed down with the strange device that it was going to be in the wilderness, and I just don't want to deal with the chance of a PK rolling along while I'm doing the master clue. It's just not worth it. So I've just basically had bad master clue luck. I can't seem to get, you know, a full set, and it's going to happen pretty often. It's the same thing with my hard clues. I think I'm only actually able to complete probably 60% of the hard clues because of certain wilderness ones, though I have started doing some wilderness ones. And then this one, I just got boned on the first step of the blood rune craft, so obviously I'm going to drop that. Anyways, hopefully we can get some better luck on those. So in the last probably week, the main thing that I've been focusing on my account is Slayer. I'm trying to get up to 85 Slayer so I can have Abby Demon tasks because, one, it's my favorite task. I love seeing the whip on the ground. But I've been focusing Slayer because I need to get 87 for my Trident. The Trident's to do Zora, and it's also going to be for raids as well. I've been working on 78 Herblore so I can get into raids, but the first step for that is I need to get the Trident out of the way. So for the next week or so, my main goal is Slayer. And on that grind, I basically want to try to get as many superiors as I can. Obviously I can't do anything to affect that really, other than skipping tasks or just completing tasks quickly that don't have superiors. But I want to get all that I can done. If you didn't know, you can actually save spot gargoyles by staying at the max range with the crystal bow. Actually, you could do a rune crossbow and rapid as well. And then you just run in for the last hit. A lot of people don't know this, and they've been meleeing them. And it's fine, it's quicker to melee them, and it's, very, very doable. But on a hardcore Ironman, I figured that I really want to play it safe on a lot of these things, so I started staying at max distance and bringing a crystal bow for my gargoyle tasks. And I actually do the same thing for necreal tasks, but I'll show you that later. But as far as the superiors go, The higher level superior that I get, the better chance that I have at an imbued heart. So certain tasks, I'm not as happy with. The blood velds, I think there's a 1 in almost 900 chance, like it's like 895 chance to get an imbued heart off of that, and that's all I really want out of the superiors. So the blood velds, I don't ever expect it to really get it from that. But once I get to things like the necreals, gargoyles maybe, but abbey demons, smoke devils, those higher things, it moves to about a 1 in 200 to 1 in like 400 chance to get the imbued heart. So hopefully as I get my Slayer up, I'll have a much higher chance at it. But the one thing about the blood velds that's really nice is they do give 4.1k experience drops from each kill for Slayer. So it's actually an insane boost to Slayer experience. I think on a blood veld task, since I usually get assigned, 200 to 250 blood velds, I think I usually pull out about 50k Slayer experience from the task, so it's actually OP. And if you didn't see what they've done, this Thursday they updated the skins for the superior Slayer monsters. So they all look different now. I think they updated all of them at least. And some of them look quite sick. I think my favorites so far are the King Kurask by far, but I haven't gotten one after a few tasks. I've had the Kurask before the update, but not after it since they changed how it looks. But I've had the Blood Veld, which basically has a nice ass. I've had the Necreal, I've had the Cave Horror, I don't know, I've had a good amount of them. And it's really neat seeing these pop up when I'm on a Slayer's ass now. It's actually really, it's much better for the Blood Velds because you can actually make it out. It's not just a larger size. It actually looks different than the rest of them, pretty distinctively. Which the Cave Horror is awesome. I don't know why. I love this one just because it wears the black mask as a necklace. Side note, sorry. I love how this one looks. But it makes you enjoy Slayer a little bit more. When they released the superiors, it was a nice thing to look forward to on a task that might have been super boring, like an Abbey Spec task or a Kurask task or something. A task that was just dead boring. And it was nice when they updated the drop tables as well, obviously. It made some things like Gargoyles, Necreals, Kurasks less stale. It gave you something to look forward to off of the task and just an insane amount of profit. But now it's just, you got even more to look forward to with these Slayer tasks. You got that 1 in 200 chance that you're going to get some big bastard like this popping up out of nowhere, scaring the hell out of you. It's like a jump scare almost. Anyways, as far as the Necreal goes, this is back to the same way that I was doing the Gargoyle, kind of. As long as you're not in melee range, the superior Necreal actually can't spawn the minions, and the minions are really what fuck you up on this task. The superior Necreal, if you pray melee, he doesn't do any damage to you at all, so that's not an issue at all. But when he spawns his minions, he spawns 3 of the little death spawns at the same time, and they're like 216 combat or something each. And I don't know what their max hit is, but I'm pretty sure they can combo over 20s each. So they really, really are usually the cause of death for the Necreal Superior. If you can do it a couple ways. If you're meleeing, run away from the Superior, like 15 steps or so. If you run out of its aggro range and it de-aggros from you, well, rather, if you run out of the range and the minions de-aggro from you, they won't attack you when you run back in. So if you get the Superior to spawn, you attack the Superior, you put Prey Melee up, easy peasy. When it spawns its death spawns, you run basically across the room until you just watch them on the map, or I'm sorry, watch them on your screen until they de-aggro. Once they de-aggro, they won't re-aggro to you. So you just run back, keep your Prey Melee up, attack the Superior again, and it's happy days. And just keep in mind, he can spawn those again, I think probably 2 to 3 times. But anyways, otherwise you could just hop across a root or something like this, or block him on a wall, and he can't attack you at all. So he can't spawn the minions, so it's just a complete safe spot the entire time. So that's what I do. I just bring the Crystal Bow for this task and for Gargoyles, and that's how I've done them for quite some time now. So side note from all the superior stuff, I finally got my first Necreal task at the end of 82 Slayer. I think it got me 83 actually. So 3 Slayer levels and I finally got the first one. And I think the first couple of them I ended up killing in the Slayer Cave or the Tower just because I want the Limpwort Roots and I want the Soft Clays. I need the Soft Clays so I can make my house tabs later, so I decided I'd just stock them up with the Necreals. And the Limpwort Roots, I haven't been able to finish my Super Strength pots for some time because I've been waiting for this task and the Kurask just don't give me enough. But anyways, I finally got around today to bursting my first Necreal task in the Catacombs of Kurend. So this actually yielded me, oh shoot, I think it was somewhere around 70k experience. I might be wrong on that, but an insane amount of Slayer experience. That's not like magic experience, that's Slayer experience. I think it was 60k actually. 60k Slayer experience with 2 superiors and a task of 200. Not even like the higher end of the task, just 200. But I used the Bracelet of Slaughter to extend the task, which really helped out. I think it ended up getting me about 260 kills total. but I think it was somewhere around 214k magic experience I gained as well. So the Dust Devils and the Neck Reels, I'm going to continue to burst for a while. The only thing is I need to be careful with the Neck Reels with the unstable servers. If I disconnect there and I get a superior spawn, I will automatically aggro it with the burst spell, and I could end up dying to it. So really got to be careful there. But I basically just keep my HP topped off, keep my prey topped off, and I'm just going to hope that I'm okay. But I'm going to continue to do so for the Slick Slayer experience, because I think I slayed for about 5 hours today and got about 150k Slayer experience, and I haven't done that in quite some time. Oh, and just as a little treat to top off the video, as I was recording this and finalizing the video, I got the King Kurask finally. So here's a glance at what it looks like in combat. I don't know if you might have seen a picture on Reddit already, but in combat they look pretty damn sick. And I think this is by far my favorite superior. I don't know. I think most people have taken a liking to the superior Dark Beast and the Thermi. Or I'm sorry, the Smoke Devil, which they do look sick, but this one's just like a big Slayer Jad walking around, which Jad is a Slayer test now, so I guess that doesn't make sense, but a green Jad. Anyways, thought you guys would enjoy this. And one more thing, ever since I got the Abbey head drop, which is the 1 in 6,000 drop chance from an Abbey demon, I got it on kill number 12. I wanted to make a new Slayer helm, the colored Slay helm, and that can get me the red Slay helm. But then I decided that I've seen like 4 hardcores so far that have the red Slayer helm from Abbey demons. But I haven't seen any Calfight Queen ones, I haven't seen any KBD ones. And I figured the Black Slay helm would be pretty damn sick on a hardcore, because that means that person's taking the trip to the wilderness, you know, over and over to try to get the helm. Because you have to get the KBD head drop, which is a 1 in 128 chance, and could take, you know, 1 or 2 kills, could take 500. Well, I got lucky, I got it on kill number 12, which is kind of suspicious because I got my Abbey Demon head on number 12 as well. But anyways, once I get the 1,000 Slayer points, I'm going to be making the Black Slay helm instead of the red one. And maybe later on, maybe someday, you know, far away from here, I'll make the red one as well for Fashionscape. But either way, just wanted to share with you guys. I took the trip out to KBD finally, because I've been putting it off for a while. I couldn't do it on stream, and it actually paid off for me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.